Welcome. For this breathwork practice, you just need a comfortable space. It is, in my opinion, better if this is done in a reclined position, lying down. But if for some reason you're not comfortable reclined, this can be done seated in a chair, on the floor. It can be done standing. The Pranayama, or breath control, breath regulation practice that we'll be doing today is called Viloma, and we'll be practicing the first stage. There is another one. First, you master Viloma stage 1, and then you can play with Viloma stage 2. I'm going to choose to be reclined for this practice, but again, any comfortable position, including sitting on a yoga block. You know your body better than I do. I get the best breath expansion, which is what this practice is all about, which is really what the Viloma means when I'm reclined. So before I get into that position, I'm just going to adjust the camera ever so slightly and hope for the best. Hope to not have to move around a whole bunch. So I'm making my way to my mat, and I'm going to come down to a bridge prep. I'm going to use a series of inhales and exhales to lift and lower my upper and lower body to come to a comfortable reclined position. I hope you don't mind the sound of the cicadas, because I certainly can't turn them off. I enjoy them, but you might not. So for some of you, you will stay with knees bent the whole time to protect your low back, in neutral spine, a little curve here, a little curve here. Unless for some reason you need to push down into the small of your low back to protect yourself, because I can relate to that. If you like, you can extend your legs long. I'm going to keep my knees bent today because I feel like it. How about that? You're going to let your elbows rest on the mat, and you're going to bring one hand to your low abdomen, the other hand to the sternum or the center of the chest. But they're going to rest comfortably. When my circumference was bigger, it was harder to let the elbows rest, so you just had to pull the hands out to the side if that's you. Otherwise, they can be at the midline if the elbows comfortably rest. And then I'm going to stop turning my head to face you. It's not good for my neck. I'm going to begin with natural breath, resisting any urge to regulate or choreograph. I'm just going to check in with my breathing today at this moment. Notice how it feels, resisting any urge, again, to regulate or choreograph or judge. I'm also going to resist the urge to talk with my hands. After a couple of rounds of breath of you noticing your natural breath as it presents, you'll begin to seal the lips and bring your breath in and out of your nose exclusively. A few rounds of equal inhale and equal exhale. While you move with that breath, a comfortable count, you'll listen closely as you begin to float your eyelids closed. Stay with that equal breath. Eventually, you'll transition. The breath will stay in through the nose and out through the nose. But you'll begin to breathe for the count of 3 from the nose to the top of the lungs, shoulders, just below the throat. You'll briefly pause for a second, not even. With no exhale, you'll continue your inhale for 3-second counts to the center of the chest. You'll pause briefly. With no exhale, you'll continue your inhale to your lowest hand, the breath as deep as you can. And then at the bottom of that 3 seconds, one smooth, swift 9-second exhale, retracing the path. You'll go again. You won't use your hands, just in case you're a visual learner and a rebel and your eyes are open. Inhaling for 3 seconds to the top of the shoulder area, pausing briefly, inhaling for 3 more seconds to the center of the chest, the heart chakra, just behind the sternum, pausing briefly, and then inhaling your last 3 seconds, all the way to the navel if you can, exhaling for the count of 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you'll go again through the nose, the count of 3, and pause. Through the nose to the count of 3 to the center of the chest, and pause. And 3 to the navel. Exhale, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're struggling, adjust your count to 2. Inhale for 2. Same stopping points. Brief pause. Continue your inhale for 2. Brief pause. Continue your inhale for 2. Exhaling to the count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you need to reduce your exhale to an equal 6, go ahead. Find something that works for you. As soon as you can, lengthen back to the 3 seconds if you need to. The recommendation is to go for 3 minutes at least. If you're practicing more of a Kundalini style, you can go for 11 minutes. Some practices go as long as 33. I think 3 is a great starting point. Even a minute is better than nothing. We'll go as many rounds as you like. And then when you're completing the Viloma practice, you'll just return to natural breath awareness, the Anapanasati, resisting the urge to choreograph or regulate, but see if you can continue the breath only in and out of the nose. Other than that, just allow the breath to be. Then when you're ready, you can release your hands to the mat and slowly begin to awaken, starting with fingers and toes, head to one side and the other. Draw your knees up to the ceiling if they weren't already. Take a moment here, maybe a couple knee drops, side to side. Move it with your breath. Notice how you feel. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, return to the real world. If there's any movement needed, check in with your body. Take a moment to honor your body, offer it whatever it might need before rolling to one side or the other. And I highly recommend you take notice of your left and right nostril. One is going to be more dominant than the other. Another way of looking at that is one may be more free-flowing and the other could be slightly occluded or blocked. Once you know which is which, you're going to roll so that whichever one is harder to breathe through rests on top. The free-flowing, clear side is going to be on the bottom. So you'll take your time rolling to the fetal position, stacking your hips, stacking your knees, stacking your ankles. They can rest on the mat. I just wasn't sure if you can see them. Your bottom arm is a pillow. Your top arm can come in front of your chest. Stay here and breathe with a deep breath. When you're ready on an exhale, you'll press yourself up to seated. And that's your Viloma stage 1 breath expansion practice. So that is a really good practice to use anytime for any reason. I put some reasons or whatever. You can look in the comments, the description, whatever it's called. But it is a really good one to notice or do when you notice you're holding your breath, if you're holding your breath. There are a lot of people who hold their breath because of stress, pain, a variety of other factors can contribute to dysfunctional breathing patterns and labored breathing. So if you're noticing that you're already doing breath holds, why not just take a moment, find a comfortable, quiet place so that you can draw your senses inward and do it intentionally. And then maybe whatever low-lying thing is bothering you, and not only that, you don't have to have a reason or be holding your breath to want to increase your breath capacity, because I'm not bragging, actually kind of disappointed in myself. I'm neither. It is what it is. But I deadlifted this morning and I pulled a couple for 205 and 185 moved like no big deal. Not the trap bar, the straight bar. No ego. But like 205, I don't know, just felt like concrete, felt like it was moving wrong. And the point being, you're not going to deadlift any significant amount of weight if you do not have breath expansion in your practice and power of breath. So whether you just want to chill the fuck out, whether you want to help with diastasis recti, or you want to rip heavy shit off the ground, this is a powerful, important practice. So take it, use it, or don't. But I'm going to cut it off here, just under 15 minutes, because we really only practiced that maybe 3. The rest was just useless chatter. So I'll see you soon with some other tips. I don't know. Everything I record is based on a request inspired by a client. So you know who you are. Thanks.